So I think that is an important question. I wouldn't want to downplay it and say it's a quick question. I think it's a really important one to address. So I think the advice is to make sure you check what you receive, fact check it against a trusted source, an authoritative source, such as the NHS website, the World Health Organization website, before you forward it. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but I think this kind of misinformation is costing lives, and I mean that because we know we're really fortunate in this context. Many countries are not in a position, the same position as the UK, in terms of having freely available vaccines that are free at the point of delivery. And it's by no means is it a perfect vaccination program, but there are opportunities to get vaccinated if you'd like to with safe, effective vaccines. So I think it's about understanding, one, acknowledging the concerns that might exist, two, signposting and directing to trusted sources of information, and three, not disseminating information just because we've all been there through social media channels. We get something and we forward it on. But I will really encourage everyone to check before they forward. And if it seems a little iffy and you're not sure about it, then stop that chain of misinformation.
I totally agree with that. And, you know, one of the things that emerged from this is that so many people have become experts on virology, vaccine development, etc. But what I will encourage you to do, and we've all seen it through our social media, maybe even through WhatsApp, before you forward that message, as was just said, fact check it. There are credible sources out there with information. If you don't even know how to find those sources, speak to your healthcare providers, your GP, whoever. Those are people who are capable, credible, and are knowledgeable on the subject matter. The other thing I will say is among many people who I've met and spoken to about vaccine hesitancy, one of the things that they won't normally say is that, you know, a lot of people get this just looking at the data alone and they recover from it. And so it's just like another flu which I can get and recover from. That's not the case. And because I'll say that because one thing that I want to bring to the conversation is that long COVID is a real thing. And a lot of people may recover from the infection caused by the virus, but then the after effects, which is now long COVID, which we are just, we're not even at the tip of the iceberg with that yet. We're just really trying to uncover really what's going on there. That's something that is occurring in society. That's something that people have to struggle with day in, day out, and we don't know how that works yet. So think about it from that perspective. One thing I will also say is that this is a question and a matter of life. And what is before us really is really about life or death. And I would encourage everyone to choose life. What do I mean by that? Taking the vaccine is not only just a choice for you, but it is a choice for the greater, for others as well. Taking the vaccine will reduce your risk of passing it on to somebody else, especially a loved one who may be more susceptible to that infection because of an underlying clinical problem. And so it's not just a decision for you, it's a decision to protect others as well. And when we think about it with that sort of utilitarian view, then we will come out of this together. I do understand people have fears and concerns because this is all very new, but while I'll say, as was just posted in the chat as well, there are credible sources of information out there, and do clue yourself up with good quality information and not be misinformed through conspiracy theories or otherwise, or alternative facts about these vaccines, because ultimately it's a decision for life. And finally, I will add this. It also enables us to move on. There are bigger conversations to be had here. It's not just about vaccines and COVID-19. Throughout the pandemic, many things have happened. People's mental health would have deteriorated. We'd have seen the emergence of educational disparities in that a lot of children have not been able to go to school or even get access to internet or technology to do their schoolwork, which means that they're probably behind now. So how are we going to address these things going forward? And I think we need to get to a place whereby we can begin to have these conversations in terms of moving society forward, getting our children to the places that they need to get to. And part of that is really through vaccination. That's what I'd add to that.